What it do, baby?
Yo,
We're
yo.
back, guys. Welcome to the Eurosteppers Roundtable. As you guys know, it's all-star break, so there's not too much going on in the league right now. We're just going to be diving into some talking points today. Before we get started, that thumbs up below is looking nice. We always say it costs $0 to like and
Zero.
subscribe, guys. So, go run that like button up, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on.
For
And
sure.
for everyone new here, too, we drop videos every Monday.
For sure. Yeah, you got it all down. So let's get right into it. First up, we got the Lob City reunion. Almost. So reports are saying that Blake Griffin is a definite lock to be going to the Brooklyn Nets to form an even bigger super team. If you ask me, this is ridiculous. I think we can all blame LeBron James for this, creating that first super team Miami. Like
You think
100%.
LeBron
This is
started super teams?
for sure.
So
100%. When he said,
So the
I'm gonna
Celtics
be
and
taking
Lakers are
my talents
non-existent.
I'm gonna be taking my talents down to Miami Beach. Yeah, come on, bro. He
So
just wanted Wade and Bosch on his team to get some easy chips.
So you're saying the Celtics and the Lakers from before, like back in like
For
the
sure.
60s,
But
70s,
it's
80s,
different.
90s were non-existent?
But I think it's different because these teams grew up together. Most of these guys, they didn't conspire to make a super team. They all were on the same team and they built up their organization together. But anyway, let's get into
That's
this
fair.
Blake Griffin deal a little bit.
I think quickly, I know with Blake Griffin, you say it's a super team, but the guy has 0 dunks this year, so like I don't really know. Like I think he's washed personally, so I don't really know like what you mean by a super team. I don't really see what he would add to Brooklyn. In any case.
Well, if you ask me, I think that Blake Griffin is doing what Harden did. I think more recently, this guy has not been giving 0 craps about the Pistons. He's just been milking it, making them seem really bad. There's a little funny clip. I'm actually going to roll it right now. Yeah, so that exactly sums it up. I think that Blake Griffin is going to get out of that wheelchair, and he's going to go crazy for the fans. Well, I will not be surprised if Harden throws him some crazy lobs, and he just absolutely slams them down. I expect that from Blake Griffin.
Wow. Yeah. Bro, I don't think he's the type of person like fake really like his stuff. I think he already like hit his prime, back like at Lob City, he was taken #1 overall in 2009 by the Clippers. He was crazy. Like, that was probably like my favorite team growing up, like watching the Clippers play and stuff. I love Blake Griffin, have his jersey, but I think just he's not the same player anymore. I saw a stat on Instagram like a couple weeks ago. It was basically just showing his dunks every year, and it's basically just like a downward, like like -X, like linear, like basic linear, like trend line going down. I think he's washed. Is he gonna add? He's still gonna add value to the Nets. If that is where he's gonna sign, because like the Lakers, Heat, Warriors, Celtics. A lot of teams were interested in him. But for example, like right now, I'm taking someone like Jeff Green at the 4 over Blake Griffin starting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Well, I think because of all these injuries, his athleticism has been absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to adapt, and I think that he's become a pretty phenomenal passer. He's been surrounded by absolute waste youths, so you can only expect so much from him.
And he's in Detroit as well, so yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like, what a dirty organization.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that his passing has become a lot better, and surrounded by the right guys, like these absolute monsters that they have on the Nets. I think that he's going to be exactly what they need. It will bring great defense to this organization, and he's not going to be the reason why they win, because they already should win. They're a super team for freaking sakes, man. Like,
there's a
they're
lot
a crazy
of super teams
already.
in the NBA, though.
But he should help them out and making sure that there is no problems and it's all smooth sailing to that cardboard chip that KD wants.
Wow. For KD, it can be a cardboard chip, because like his last two, nothing new with him. But Harden, bro, like if they win this year, like Harden, that's a legit chip for him, bro.
Oh my god! Legit. So for KD, it's a cardboard chip, but for Harden, it's a real chip.
Bro, Harden's not joining the guys that beat him. Harden never joined a team that went 73-9. The guys that knocked him out in the playoffs. Keep using your
logical opinions to justify why Harden is your GOAT, because he never will be. He just never will be.
But yeah, Blake Griffin, that really sparked a lot of trade deadline rumors. There's another place, we're looking down where all the spring break partiers are right now, down in Miami on the beach, and some trade deadline rumors are heating up, especially with Miami. Like, it seems like everyone, we were talking about it before. You said someone says everyone, like, or Miami's being, like, linked to, like, every trade
Everyone,
so
bro.
far.
Yo, I was looking through my Twitter feed, and I was seeing some memes. People are firing shots in the Miami Heat. That's all I gotta say. Some people are saying that we got Michael Jordan being linked to the Miami Heat, Kevin Garnett being linked to the Miami Heat. They've got everyone and their mom being linked to the Miami Heat right now. It is
Um,
absolutely crazy.
but bro,
So like the
I was
real people that are actually linked to the Miami Heat include Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, and a couple other guys. But those are the big names. There's so many different suitors that could end up in the Miami Heat. Which one do you think is the most realistic option?
um, I guess Victor Oladipo right now, because apparently it's like reportedly like known in the league that Victor Oladipo wants to go to Miami, and there's like mutual interest there.
Yeah,
But we talked about it. I was like talking about it for a while in the group chat the other day, and basically like I don't think Victor Oladipo to Miami really makes a lot of sense. I think it would do more harm than good because they already have Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson.
that's true.
If you bring Victor Oladipo, it's not like they have a point guard right now. Tyler Hero is playing point guard right now. Unless Dragic is starting at the point guard, Jimmy Butler can't play point. Miami needs way bigger need. Like, they have a way bigger need at either the point guard spot or a good power forward center spot because they need like another big with Bam. And yeah, I just don't think that a team, add an Oladipo, you can't basically have a 4-man and Bam. You can't have Tyler Hero as your point guard and have Kelly Olynyk as your starting center. You need if it was like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, a 5-man who can like run the offense, it's fine. But again, I've always thought they were a one-hit wonder as well. So I think they're
Wow.
scrambling right now, trying to find guys. They are hot
One
right
hit
now. They've
wonder.
had some good wins,
Yo,
but
correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they above you guys in the standings though right now?
I haven't
Aren't you
checked.
guys
I
still
haven't checked the
struggling to
stands
stay
in
at?
a
Aren't
look.
you guys still struggling to stay at plus 500 right now?
When your
So
whole
who's the
team is
real one hit
out,
wonder?
when your whole coaching staff and you have like 5 guys out, then of course,
Oh
like
my God,
those
cry me a
losses don't
river.
count. Those losses don't
Wow.
count, bro.
Bro, cry me a river. You know how much Miami Heat have suffered with injury this year,
Did
and
they
they
did,
still
did
put it
they did
together.
they ever lose
Jimmy
their
Butler,
coach? Did they ever lose their coach? Yeah,
Miami Heat is a playoff team. I expect nothing less than a second round appearance from them.
they're
They're
going.
that good.
Nah, they're going out in the first
100% they're
round.
making the second round.
They're going out in the
No
first
chance
round.
they're going out first round.
Unless they finish as a 4 seed, which they probably won't, they're not going to beat any of the top 4 seeds. They're not beating the Sixers, not beating the Bucks, not beating the Nets, and they're not beating the Raptors.
Oh, so now you got respect for the Bucks.
Oh, they're
Before
still a
it was
top
it
four
was
seed in
Miami
the
Heat all
East.
day. No, but
No,
now you got respect for us. You got respect for us
they're
now.
still a
Okay.
top 4 seed, and I think a big reason part of that is Kyle Lowry staying in Toronto because his name has been linked to Miami. He recently sold his Toronto house for $5.12 million. So
That's true.
Raptors fans, there is a bit of worry there, but there's no way, absolutely no way we're trading Kyle Lowry. If that happens,
Lowry,
guys,
let me
I already promised that I'm gonna go join Dav in Milwaukee if the Raptors trade Kyle Lowry to a destination other than Philly since it's his hometown. But
let
yeah,
me
if he
tell you
gets
something
traded
right
to
now,
Miami,
Johnny.
I'm going to Milwaukee.
Let me tell you something right now. Go pack your damn bags and come to Milwaukee because that's happening. No man sells their house unless they know they're moving. Kyle Lowry is leaving by the end of the deadline.
Nah.
Mark my words. You'll see.
That's just something I'm gonna refuse to believe for now.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I bet I want to see you in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. Come deadline, I want to see you in a Milwaukee Bucks jersey.
We'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the last thing that was linked was Karl Anthony Towns, and Miami needs a 5-man. How do you think he would fit alongside Bam? If that were to happen, how much would they have to give up to get him? Yeah.
Listen, I think that getting Karl Anthony Towns is just incredibly unrealistic. I don't see the Timberwolves letting go of like their only bright star because
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell has been a disappointment in my opinion. But if this were to happen, it would 100% require Tyler Hero to leave, probably Duncan Robinson as well, and a lot of trade capital. So I don't see the Miami Heat going for it. I don't think the need is that big that they're willing to give up all this young star talent and trade asset like capital just for a guy that is gonna make that is like a liability sometimes. Sometimes he's injured. Obviously, he's had his personal reasons why he's been out. So it's a really, really tight rope that they're walking on if they want to go down this path. So in my opinion, I don't think it's a good idea for them. They do need a big man, but I don't see it paying off. I don't see Karl Anthony Towns being the reason they get over the hump and winning a chip. And if that's the case, and he isn't the reason, then he'll probably leave at the end of his contract and they'll be left with nothing and have to start rebuilding all over again.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I don't see this being a good idea for the Miami Heat.
Yeah. No, I would say I agree with what you just said there.
Moving on to our next point. Yo, put some sunglasses on, bro, because we got bright lights in Salt Lake City. You know, it's about damn time people put respect on the Utah Jazz, bro. I saw LeBron James throwing slander at them yesterday during the draft. Man, he went as far as to say that no one likes Utah and no one wants to play with them in 2K.
Is he wrong,
Wow.
though? Is he wrong?
I mean, he ain't wrong. If we're speaking facts, he ain't wrong. I don't remember the last time I played the Utah Jazz in 2K, but that's besides the point. The thing is, the Utah Jazz have been absolutely incredible this season. Mike Conley has been snubbed in the past. This year, it's all about redemption. I personally think that because of his past fate, 13th NBA season, 100% he deserves to be an all-star.
Wow. Bro, you know, in the past, he has deserved it because, you know, he had a great run with Memphis. You know, they got some high seeds in the playoffs. But this year, you know, him being the primary option to replace Devin Booker in the All-Star game, you know, if it wasn't for Utah's record, you know, there's absolutely no chance he would be there. Even with that, you know, I think Adam Silver has a soft spot for the Utah Jazz. You know, maybe the fans in Salt Lake City are salty of being disrespected, but, you know, DeMar DeRozan, you know, what he's done with the Spurs so far, I don't think there's no way that Conley should have been picked over DeRozan, especially the fact that he missed time too as well, because, you know, Conley missed a couple of games with a hamstring injury.
That's true.
He was out for extended time, and Utah still managed to win without him. You know, they still continued their winning streak. So, like, it's not like they went, like, Conley went out and then they would, like, drop down. You know, they maintained where they were at. So it shows that he's had an amazing season, but, you know, they're like just fine without him. And yeah, I thought DeRozan for sure. That's a huge snub right there. You know, he got stunned in the first place. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he got stunned in the first place because, like we've said in our last episode, you know, there's just so many deserving all-stars. But
yeah,
I thought DeRozan, even guys like John Moran and Fox can even make it over Conley. But there's no way Conley should have made over DeRozan.
No, I think that because of how wronged Conley has been in the past, I'm gonna let this one slide. Maybe he didn't deserve it this specific season over DeMar, but he's been snubbed so many times in the past that I think it's right to give him this one. 13 seasons at his level of a player, no all-star appearances.
Yeah,
I think he deserves at least one for everything he's given the NBA, everything he's given Memphis, everything he's given Utah. Like, show this guy some love. I think he deserves to at least have one on his resume.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not really too upset about that pick either. Like I said, you know, Adam Silver kind of – Mike Conley, like, he's definitely – like, he shouldn't go his whole NBA career without an all-star appearance. And, like, if there is one season to justify it, like, this is the year. So, you know, maybe Adam Silver's sliding some stuff under the rug, but, you know, I don't think too many people are bothered by it.
For sure. Yeah, it didn't get that much slack. Like, just to put in some reference, like, his numbers were decent. He had 16 points per game, almost 6 assists, and 3.5 rebounds on an amazing Utah team.
Yeah.
With not even as a primary player either. They had Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Jordan Clarkson, all of these guys stepping up this year, and Conley being like the marshal for them, being like that point guard for them. He's been putting in work, and I think that even though you said that they have been on their winning streak, I think that's a testament to how great of a coach Quinn Snyder is actually, and how great he is at plugging in players and making them work in his system. So I don't think it's a knock on Conley that even when he was out, they were able to do so well. I just think it shows how formidable this Utah team has been, and he's one of the main reasons why. His leadership, his passing ability, his field marshal ability, all of that plugging into this Quinn Snyder system has made the Utah Jazz so incredible to watch. Like, I've never seen such beautiful basketball. Even Dirty Joe, my boy Dirty Joe, is passing that ball like Allen Iverson, bro. He's looking crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Respect to Utah. Respect to Conley. He deserves to be there.
Yeah, you know, like, they're exactly like they remind me of the Atlanta Hawks, I think 2015 or 2016. That team, you know, they had four all-stars. a lot of Utah representation at the All-Star game this year. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Quinn Snyder coaching, and Mike Conley. So, hopefully they do some damage. And Utah fans, I think they're tired of being disrespected. Hopefully they can make it past the first round this year. But,
For sure.
that's definitely to be determined. Moving on, Mike Conley booked his ticket to the NBA All-Star game. We have another ticket, a bigger ticket, who didn't hear such great news. Kevin Garnett buying the Timberwolves. He was part of an ownership group, and his investment group was not able to buy it. There was a lot of controversy. Kevin Garnett, he's known as a big trash talker. He spoke out on Instagram, on his Instagram story, just saying there was a lot of fake love, and just that the owner, Timberwolves owner Glen Taylor, was super fake. And interesting enough, Taylor said that Kevin Garnett never expressed interest in buying the club. So,
something sounds a little bit fishy to me here, bro. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's telling the real story. We'll see how this expands and evolves as time goes on. But one thing's for certain, this Timberwolves organization is probably one of the worst organizations in the history of basketball.
Yeah.
The amount of talent that flows through this team because of how bad they are and how many first picks they get that I just see go to waste is incredible. They've had talent like Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell. The list goes on. Zach LaVine, Jimmy Butler, all of this thrown to waste. And now they're the bottom seed in the Western Conference with less than 10 wins in almost 40 games this year. That is absolutely terrible. And it just shows how terribly managed this team is. I just think that we talked about this a little bit, Ryan Saunders being thrown under the bus. That is exactly what happened. Management, front office has no idea what they're doing. They've been completely incompetent, and I think that he is the scapegoat for this organization because they won't own up to how bad they've managed this organization. Like them and the Kings, for me, are neck and neck for being terrible. Terribly managed, terribly coached, just all around, just shambles of organization. You and me could make
100%.
Our own Eurosteppers team, draft some players, and then we would have a better team, to be honest, man. I'm not going to lie.
100%, bro. We could definitely manage our own NBA team better, I think that's reflected in fantasy too, fantasy management.
That's facts.
We're up there. So, 100% we could.
That's true.
And the Timberwolves, just speaking of how bad they've been, it's definitely reflected in their net worth. As of 2020, they're worth $1.375 billion, which is not like
that's got to be one of the lowest,
cheap or garbage by any means, but that's the third least valuable franchise in the NBA right now. So, I know Kevin Garnett too. He's one of the people who spoke in favor of the NBA moving or relocating a team back to Seattle. So I think
this should be the team.
Yeah, if he said too that if he bought the Timberwolves, if he owned it, or if he bought it, he would his group would definitely be in favor of moving them back to Seattle. But I think it's complete disrespect shown to Kevin Garnett because I'm going to side with him. I don't really see, him being part of an investment group. I don't see why he would lie about buying the Timberwolves because it's not like money is really an issue for him. And he really built, like he said, he was, he got drafted straight out of high school, spent his whole career with the not his whole career, but the majority of his young career with the Timberwolves before being traded to Boston. Where like if you look at the value of the Timberwolves, sure they're not worth a lot, but he's a big reason, why their value went up. He helped build the organization. He's probably one of their greatest franchise players, if not their greatest franchise player.
Probably
ever.
The greatest franchise player.
Yeah, so I don't believe what Glen Taylor's saying he's like KG never expressed interest. Maybe he's just like using words and stuff, saying maybe he never personally did, but his group did. But I think for sure players, if you contribute to a franchise and all the stuff he's done for the city, and I don't think he's even asking to like buy the whole franchise or own. He's just asking for like a minority stake in their ownership.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Glen Taylor's maybe he's scared of them relocating to Seattle. If he gets it, maybe he's tweaking right now. Kevin Garnett's a pretty intimidating dude as well. So
that's true.
I think he's ducking smoke right now. But
you think so? Damn, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it that far, but I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna side with you and say that I think that that Glen Taylor is probably in the wrong here. I think that
Yeah.
if KG says he's interested, he's interested. And if he's part of this investment group and he wants to buy them, I'm gonna take his word for it and say that he does. I think that like you were saying, being one of the probably the greatest player to ever play or to put on a Timberwolves uniform. I mean, it doesn't say that much because they're a pretty dusty organization. But don't let me take that away from the fact that KG, one of the greatest players of all time, absolute clamp artist, incredible player. Everything he's done for them has been for the good of the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So you're right. I'm gonna take a side on this. I'm gonna say that KG wants to see the Timberwolves get even just a little bit better, just fight for that playoff spot because right now they're nowhere near it. And I honestly think that with a little bit of with some player
Experience.
expertise,
Yeah.
they trying to lead in that organization, kind of like what MJ's doing with the Hornets right now, that vibrant energy they have right now. I think that could do levels for this organization. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
100%, bro. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Definitely like former players, no one, people who haven't played basketball before, like for ownership, they only know like so much. Like someone like Kevin Garnett, like the value he would bring into that front office is like, can't really be measured, like
for sure,
can't really be quantified. So yeah.
Moving on to our last point, guys, is this man's name TJ McConnell? Nah. I think it's Robin Hood. Because if anyone saw what this man did a couple days ago, TJ McConnell was snatching at things. Yo, guys, hide your shorties because this man will probably be able to steal that with a quick grab.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell has been absolutely unreal for the Pacers. An absolute, this cookie monster, stealing everything he can. And that, just to cap that off, the man had a triple-double, 16 points, 13 assists. That may not be great, but 10 steals. This man had 10 steals in one game. That is oh, shoot. I thought there was a stat on there. That's my bad.
Oh,
there is. Okay, wait. I'll say, okay.
Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah. 10 steals. That is only the sixth player in NBA history to record a points, assists, steals, triple-double, and the first since 1998. That is absolutely incredible. And that, people may think that it's 10 assists. 10 steals. That can't be too crazy. 10 steals in one game is unreal, and I hope that number, showing that it hasn't been done since 1998, is crazy.
Yeah, I think the current NBA record for steals in the game is 11, so that's one shy of the record, or one shy of tying the record. And even this season, I remember watching TJ McConnell play on the Sixers, and the value he brought on the court, especially for like a 6'1", 6 foot, maybe 6'2" at most, but let's say 6'1", unathletic white guy, doing what he does on the court. I know I remember just watching with the Sixers. I remember one game he had a game winner from the short corner, baseline, or whatever. He's always a guy he doesn't necessarily pass the eye test, but he goes in the game. He produces. He shows his values. He's kind of like a better version of Dellavedova, however you pronounce his name.
I agree. I like that comparison.
But yeah, this season, off the bench, he's averaging 7 points per game, 7 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 2 steals a game, which 7-7, that's even as a playmaker too, averaging 7 assists off the game or that's per solid. Game off the bench. Yeah, 100%, it's solid. And yeah, I think I remember watching a YouTube video the other day, going back to his draft express interview during the combine, and he basically just talked about how, although he knows how he isn't the biggest guy on the court, he's not the smallest guy, or he's the smallest guy, he's not the biggest guy, not the strongest, not the fastest, not the best scorer, but he's basically said he's willing to do everything he can, hustle for loose boards, die for loose balls, win all those 50-50 balls, and yeah, like you said, dirty stuff. So yeah, I think his value, he's extremely valuable. At the end of the day, he's going to make winning plays, willing to do whatever it takes to win. So, it's good to see someone like that getting recognition and doing well.
100%. You love to see those kind of players in the NBA, those gritty players, the Swiss Army knives, the Draymond Green types, the TJ McConnell types. Those guys are the funnest to watch. They always put their heart into the game. Even the Pat Bevs, I know he gets a lot of slander, but the guy is willing to do anything for that Clippers jersey.
Yeah.
Like, he will put his body on the line to see them win. And you got to respect that. They're giving the fans what they want. They're making their money's worth. So shout out to those players. Shout out to the players that are giving their all and not the bums that are just showing up, load managing themselves and not playing games, because those are the players that we as fans love to watch. So shout out to TJ for having an absolutely career history game right there.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, even Pat Bev too, you know, growing up, like, you know, he's from the hood in Chicago, like didn't really have much. And, you know, I think he signed his deal's like 38 million or whatever, 40 million. And like, he deserves like all that money, you know, even like we've slandered him in the past before, but you know, certain guys in the NBA, like he's someone who knows his role. You know, he's not going to come, he's not there to drop 30, you know, he's not there for flashy highlight plays. He's there to be an instigator, you know, bring toughness to the team, you know, energy. So yeah, you know,
100%.
there's definitely like he does deserve a lot of respect.
100%. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And moving on to our last point, a little quick one. It's about the All-Star draft. So, you know, there's been a lot of talk about this. It's pretty obvious which team had the better drafting. This guy LeBron just cannot catch L's, man. Especially when it comes to drafting, this guy knows what's up. I don't know how he does it. LeBron was somehow able to get Curry, Giannis, Luka, and Jokic all on the same damn team. Like, honestly, it's a bit unfortunate because KD had to pick his guy.
Yeah,
but by
Kyrie,
doing that,
sure.
he allowed LeBron to literally make probably one of like the most overpowered all-star starting teams ever. Like, it is crazy what we're going to be able to witness on this one-sided game.
Yeah, and you know, I think KD was better off taking Curry. Maybe not Curry first, but definitely a better player. I think part of LeBron's strategy, because you know, KD should have known that like LeBron wasn't going to take Kyrie because you know they have a bit of beef. So I think if LeBron could have picked Curry first, but if he picked Curry, I guess if he picked Curry first, then KD, I guess KD would have had Kyrie for sure because he wouldn't take another point guard. But the fact that LeBron picked Giannis first on purpose, knowing that KD wouldn't pick Curry over the thing, so he was able to get them. But yeah, you know, my prediction tonight, I got Team LeBron winning, and MVP. If KD's team wins, I'm going to take Harden. You know, just because he's better than their whole starting lineup. You know, who else is going to produce on that team? Like easily Harden, no doubt. And I think Team LeBron, I'm having, which most likely will be the case, I'm going to take Damian Lillard as my MVP. You know, off the bench. You know, I think the starting lineup.
You're working with the bench guys this game.
Yeah, because I think the starting lineup, like all their guys are so good, none of them are going to really be able to dominate. But when Dame goes in the game, you know, he's going to be able to dominate. So
that's fair.
What are your predictions for tonight?
All right, so for Team KD, I'm gonna go with Kyrie. If they win, it's gonna be on Kyrie's shoulders. Okay. You know, Kyrie, he gets so much slander from us. Like, we never let up on how much we slander Kyrie, but the dude is special. And if they're winning, if they somehow pull off and win this game, it's gonna be through Kyrie's magic.
Okay.
However, that being said, very unlikely. My winner or my MVP, if Team LeBron wins, when LeBron's team wins, will be Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak.
Bro, there's no way Giannis is.
I got him right here on my back. Bro, think about this. The amount of dimes this guy didn't get past you. He has the greatest passers in the game. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, and LeBron James throwing dimes to this guy. Oh, my. I cannot wait to tune in tonight. It's going to be unreal.
Bro, they're going to be taking
win,
shots.
Giannis is the MVP, hands down.
They're not going to be passing to a guy who only drives, bro. Like, come on.
Are you crazy?
People don't want to see, like,
did you not see? Yo, I'm putting that Curry highlight of when he bounced that ball here right now.
Here's Curry with a high bounce pass.
Bro, that was crazy. Oh, my God. Bounced the ball. Embiid sent the pass. Bounces the ball over that dude's head, and he just jams that down. Are you crazy? We're going to see that times 10 tonight.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think – you know, I think LeBron's the dude on that team. You know, guys won't defer to Giannis.
LeBron's a bum. LeBron's a bum. Bro, there's no chance this guy's winning MVP.
LeBron's definitely going to be the alpha on that team. There's no way Giannis is going to be the alpha on this team.
Yo, there's a reason why LeMickey drafted Giannis first. He knows how good he is at clamping LeBron in these games. You know what I'm talking about. You just saw that game last year.
The only reason
You saw Giannis put the clamps on LeBron last year. Absolute swat of that stuff. Get that out of here.
The only way Giannis is going to win MVP is if LeBron, Curry, if those two, take today's game as a rest, because they don't really in favor. And Giannis, Giannis needs to prove that the Bucks aren't shitty like their record. So
yeah.
But he can have his All-Star Game MVP, if he wants it to make up for it. But yeah. Also,
I want to see what happens.
Also, we got the skills challenge, the 3-point contest and dunk contest tonight. Quickly before we wrap up, do you want to just say your predictions for those as well? Yeah.
All right, skills competition. I'm gonna throw a curveball. Julius Randle. Julius Randle's gonna win the skills competition. Okay. He's been a special dude. I'm gonna give him his credit. I think he's got it. For the 3-point contest, that's a tough one, bro. You know what? There's only one dude. I'm going Dame.
Dame time?
Dame time. Wow. That's all I gotta say. Okay. He's a clutch artist. I want to see what he's able to pull off. This guy's got ice in his veins. He's gonna get that 3-point contest down.
Dunk contest?
Ooh, dunk contest. There's some bums here today. I'm not gonna expect too much. So who we got? Anthony Simons, Cassius Stanley, and who's the last guy?
Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin's a bum. No chance I'm going with him. I'm gonna go Cassius. I'll go the favorite. Cassius Stanley.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, so skills challenge. I want to say Robert Covington, but this is a dark horse, but I don't think. I think he's too bummy for that. Bro. So a lot of bigs have won it in the past. I'm gonna go with Vooch. Nikola Vucevic.
No, hold up. You slander this man like there's no tomorrow. And now you're gonna say you're going with Vooch for the skills competition.
Yeah,
Get that garbage out of here.
I have to ride for my white guys. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Vooch. Okay. 3-point contest. If D Book was in it, I would have taken D Book.
No way, he's a bum.
Not. So I'm honestly gonna go with Curry. I think he's choked in the past, and I think he's won it once before. But I think without fans this year in the building, it's an empty gym. He's used to shooting an empty gym. I don't think there's gonna be that much pressure on him. So because of that environment, I'm going to go with Curry. And dunk contest, I'll match your pick with Cassius Stanley. I read a report on Twitter the other day saying how Cassius Stanley has all original dunks. So I'm really excited to see him. Ever since his high school highlights, I've seen him on Ball His Life and stuff. He was East Bain in grade 9. The vertical's crazy.
He's bouncy.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna be able to do. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I don't think Obi Toppin. You don't really see a lot of bigs win the contest usually, and he's a bum anyways. Complete bust. And Anthony Simons is good, but I don't really see him having I can't really he can jump, but I don't really see him being able to do much. I don't think his bag's that deep.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah.
Anyway, guys. That wraps up the video. For all the OGs that stuck with us till the end, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. It really helps us grow, guys. Make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram because, we're always posting stuff. We post the best. We have the best stories on Instagram, hands down. Out of the basketball 100%. Community, hands down. We're 100%. Putting polls on there daily. Make sure you check it out. Give us a DM on what you guys want to see, what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future, because we're open to new ideas. Anything you guys got in store, just let us know and we'll consider doing it. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great Monday night, a great week, and we'll see you next week. All right, guys. Peace.